As government fails to deliver bodies of two innocent teenagers, JSC set to launch intense stir. Tributes offered to martyrs of Anglo-Manipur War 1891 at Khongzom. Forefathers sacrificed life to protect motherlands. Present-day leaders can't even part with their cheers, say former Minister M. Hemanta. And twin blast rock Pakistan during Friday prayers, more than 50 people killed. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to Northeast Window. This is CELINA giving you the latest news updates at this hour. Now the news in detail. Joint Action Committee against brutal killing of two students, Phizam Hemanjit Singh and Luwangbi Lintoingam Hijam, by Kuki militants announced intense stir it will be launched against the inactions of the government to book the culprits involved in the brutal murder of the two innocent students. Convener of the JSC, Lai Kuram Kanta, maintained that the JSC is set to launch intense stir after the ultimatum given to the government to deliver bodies of the two innocent teenagers and to book the culprits within 48 hours fell on a deaf ear. Addressing media persons at the Manipur Press Club today, Kanta reiterated their demands to the government to find out the truth behind the merciless killing of the two students who went missing for about 3 months. He maintained that as the agreement reached with the Chief Minister delivered the bodies of the students to perform their last rites and to book and take actions those involved in the heinous crime is not translated into actions, the JSC will launch intense agitation.
ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯈꯪꯍꯟꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯖꯦꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯥꯏꯀꯩꯗ ꯏꯃꯨꯡ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯑꯣꯏꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯈꯪꯍꯟꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯝꯖꯈꯤꯕ ꯋꯥꯔꯣꯜꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨ ꯄꯨꯡ 24ꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯇꯥꯡꯀꯛꯇꯨ ꯂꯣꯏꯈ꯭ꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡ ꯐꯥꯎꯕꯗꯁꯨ ꯑꯣꯅꯔꯦꯕꯜ ꯆꯤꯐ ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯁꯇꯔꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯊꯧꯗꯣꯛ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯆꯦꯟꯅꯔꯤꯕ ꯃꯤꯍꯥꯠꯄ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯂꯪꯂꯥꯟꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯃ ꯐꯥꯎꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯗ ꯃꯥꯒꯤ ꯆꯞ ꯆꯥꯕ ꯔꯦꯁꯄꯣꯟꯁ ꯄꯤꯕꯤꯔꯛꯇꯕꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯉꯁꯤꯁꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯕꯒꯤ ꯊꯧꯗꯣꯛꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯊꯣꯛꯍꯟꯅꯤꯡꯕ ꯊꯧꯗꯣꯛ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯊꯣꯛꯂꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯦꯁ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯁꯣꯁꯤꯌꯦꯜ ꯑꯣꯔꯒꯅꯥꯏꯖꯦꯁꯟꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯃꯁꯨꯡ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯩꯔꯥꯄꯥꯏꯕꯤ ꯂꯩꯀꯥꯏ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯕ ꯃꯩꯔꯥꯄꯥꯏꯕꯤꯁꯤꯡ ꯑꯗꯨꯒ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯅ ꯁꯥꯇ꯭ꯔ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯨꯗꯦꯟꯠ ꯌꯨꯅꯤꯌꯟꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯔꯤꯕ ꯑꯣꯔꯒꯅꯥꯏꯖꯦꯁꯟꯁꯤꯡꯗ ꯈꯨꯠꯁꯝꯅꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯁꯤ ꯂꯩꯕꯥꯛꯀꯤ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟ ꯇꯣꯉꯥꯟꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯒ꯭ꯔꯦꯁ ꯀꯌꯥ ꯆꯪꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯦꯝ ꯁꯥꯕ ꯂꯣꯏꯖꯔꯦ.
ꯇꯥꯡ 8ꯒꯤ ꯑꯍꯤꯡ ꯁꯥꯏꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯅ ꯑꯉꯥꯡ ꯑꯅꯤ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯅꯨꯡꯉꯥꯏꯇꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯚꯥꯏꯔꯦꯜ ꯐꯣꯇꯣꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯣꯏꯅ ꯊꯦꯡꯅꯔꯦ ꯃꯣꯕꯥꯏꯜꯁꯤꯗꯒꯤ. ꯑꯗꯨꯗꯒꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯏꯈꯪ ꯈꯪꯍꯧꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯦꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯉꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯀꯤ ꯂꯩꯕ JSCꯁꯤꯅ ꯁꯦꯝꯗ ꯋꯥꯀꯠꯂꯨꯔꯁꯦꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯦꯝꯗ ꯋꯥꯀꯠꯄꯅꯦ. ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯂꯣꯏꯅꯃꯛ ꯄꯤꯁꯤꯜꯂꯤ. ꯑꯃꯅ ꯀꯩꯒꯤꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯅꯨꯄꯥ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯅꯨꯄꯤ ꯃꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯍꯥꯟꯅꯗꯤ ꯃꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯤꯔꯝꯃꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯝꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯂꯣꯟꯗꯗꯤ ꯐꯥꯎꯔꯦꯕ. ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯖꯒꯥꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯀꯨꯀꯤꯒꯤ ꯖꯒꯥꯅꯤ, ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯆꯪꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯦ, ꯏꯔꯥꯡ ꯇꯧꯕ ꯃꯐꯝꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯨꯁꯨ ꯏꯁꯇꯦꯠ ꯐꯣꯔꯁꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯤꯔꯛꯄꯗꯒꯤ ꯆꯪꯕ ꯉꯝꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯂꯩꯔꯦꯕ. ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯏꯁꯇꯦꯠ ꯐꯣꯔꯁꯅ ꯉꯝꯗꯕ ꯊꯕꯛꯇꯣ CBIꯗ ꯁꯤꯟꯅꯕꯤꯔꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯑꯥꯒꯁꯠꯀꯤ 28ꯗ CBIꯗ ꯁꯤꯟꯅꯔꯕ ꯃꯇꯨꯡꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯀ꯭ꯂꯦꯝ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯁꯦ 27 ꯑꯥꯒꯁꯠꯅꯦꯕ, ꯁꯦꯞꯇꯦꯝꯕꯔꯅꯦꯕ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯤꯌꯣ. ꯊꯥ ꯑꯃ ꯃꯌꯥꯁꯦ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯑꯃꯗ CBIꯗꯁꯨ ꯀꯩꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯂꯧꯈꯠꯂꯛꯄ ꯂꯩꯇꯕꯅꯦꯕ.
30th Khongzom Tarpan Numit was performed with many people paying tributes to marchers of Anglo-Manipur War 1891 at Khongzom River today. Chairman of Khongzom War Memorial Trust, former Minister Moirangthem Hemanta said that the day was observed every year at the Khongzom War Memorial Complex. Since the government did not permit to observe the occasion this year, the event was held at Khongzom River. Hemanta continued that the leaders these days are not patriotic enough and that the common man has been protecting the integrity of the state. Our forefathers sacrificed their lives in protecting the integrity of the state, but the leader these days do not even want to sacrifice their chair. If there were no village defense volunteers in this war waged by Kuki terrorists, we would have faced a completely different scenario, contended Wairangtham Hemanta. He also maintained that the leader will face the wrath of the public if they do not act according to their will. Members of the Khongzom War Memorial Trust were also present on the occasion.
Manipur Sarkar ayaba piduna sahi kumapan chumna Khongzom War Memorial Complex asida khoi hikalak tamlak adu handaki sahi da mukhoy permission pirakte maram adura khoi ni pai pu da hikalak tamdaba yadabanina Khongzom gi tureni sida cheli base khoi Khongzom War Memorial Trust ki complex power cheli bani maram aduna asigumba afum sa khoi kali bani khoi yam nungaite leiba sarkar sina nongha graba mari pak majati gi damukta thawai thakraba ngasida handak sahi da toge haibna to Lisang China, Sahi Kumapan, Jumna permission, Piraga, Hikat Lekat, Amakpa, Asuma Pamasida, Hadak permission, Pira Base, Asiaman, Waitavaman.
Students of 𝐁𝐵𝐴𝐬 district, under the banner of 4 student bodies, AMSU, MSF, DESAM, and KSA, took out peace march condemning the brutal murder of 𝐻𝐸𝐸 𝐿𝐿 at 10 of this morning. The march flagged off from 𝐁𝐵𝐴𝐬 Higher Secondary School. The students marched in the surrounding areas of the district holding placards that read, "We want justice. Kuki terrorists down, down. Replace security advisor of Manipur immediately. Book Kuki narco-terrorists involved in killing of the 2 innocent students." Speaking to media on the sidelines, General Secretary of KSA District Council 𝐁𝐵𝐴𝐬 Samorjit said, students of 𝐁𝐵𝐴𝐬 are too taking out the march to seek justice for 𝐻𝐸𝐸 and 𝐿𝐿, denouncing the silence of both the central and state governments and demanding swift delivery of justice. He said that students of 𝐁𝐵𝐴𝐬 will continue to support any movement raised by people in Imphal headquarters until the crisis in the state is resolved.
Headquarter Imphaldagi Karigumba Makata Bakung Kansala Targadi, Dirbam the Lady Mahiroi Mari, Nakusam Naraga, Makata Bakung Kansali had walked.
Large number of women stormed the residence of Nauria Pakhanglakpa MLA Sagol Sem KB last evening around 6:30 p.m. Since the MLA was in Delhi, people submitted a 5-pointer memorandum to our husband and demanded the MLA to turn the demands into actions. Members of Marapaibis of Malom Awang Laikai, Malom Tulihal Awang Laikai, Maitram Awang Laikai, Kodom Pokpi Maning Laikai, Mamang Laikai, Mayai Laikai, Lamkhai, Lairenjam Awang Chigong Lai Makhong, Lairenjam Mayai Laikai, Makha Laikai, Sabal, Hayahiang Thang Maning Mamang Makha Laikai, Langthabal Pura Makhong, and Ningombam submitted the memorandum. The memorandum demands punishment for those responsible for the murder of 2 Meitei students, actions against state security forces who assaulted student protesters, same law and order enforced in both the hills and valley. It also demands of the seizures of arms and ammunition from the hills, and Marapaibis will submit them from the valley area too. It further demands withdrawal of Assam rifles from Manipur. The memorandum also states that the Marapaibi will remain at home once that Kuki narco-terrorists stops waging war against Meiteis.
ꯀꯦꯟꯗ꯭ꯔꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯤꯔꯝ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯃꯁꯨ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯗ ꯄꯥꯎꯗꯝꯕꯤꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯆꯩꯁꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯃꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯕ ꯊꯕꯛꯇ ꯑꯣꯟꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯅꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯗ ꯅꯠꯇꯅ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛ ꯆꯤꯡ ꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯂꯣꯁꯦ ꯑꯆꯤꯡꯗꯅ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯝꯗꯅ ꯑꯃ ꯇꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯂꯣꯁꯤ ꯆꯞ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯕ ꯃꯤꯠꯌꯦꯡꯗ ꯁꯤꯃꯁꯨ ꯂꯣ ꯆꯤꯡ ꯇꯝ ꯑꯅꯤ ꯃꯥꯟꯅꯅ ꯊꯝꯕꯤꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯃꯁꯨ ꯊꯕꯛꯇ ꯑꯣꯟꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯁꯤꯃꯁꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯕ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯅꯤ.
At least 52 people were killed and more than 130 were injured after a blast in Pakistan's Balochistan province this afternoon. A deputy superintendent of police is also among those killed in the blast. The heavy explosion took place near a mosque in Balochistan Mastung district, where people were gathering to mark the birth anniversary of Prophet Muhammad. Mastung Assistant Commissioner Ata Ui Munim termed the explosion as mashup. According to the district administration, Mastung's DSP Nawaz Kaskori is among the victims. No one has claimed responsibility for the blast. The Pakistani Taliban, TTP, denied their involvement in a statement. This was the second major blast in the Mastung district in September. Earlier this month, a blast injured several people, including Jamiat Ulema-e-Islam Fajal (JUIF) leader Hafiz Hamdullah. On the other hand, within hours of a suicide blast, Pakistan was rocked by another blast at a mosque in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province during the Friday prayers. At least 4 people have been killed in the explosion at the mosque in Hangu district. Police said they believed it to be a suicide blast. The blast occurred during the Juma prayers. According to Dawn, 2 explosions occurred at the Dauba police station in Hangu, resulting in at least 4 deaths, including a police officer, and injuring 12 people. The first blast occurred at the station's entrance, drawing a crowd to the scene. Shortly after, a second blast erupted inside a mosque within the police station premises during Friday's sermon. The roof of the mosque caved in due to the impact of the explosion. Hangu District Police Officer Nisar Ahmad was quoted as saying in a report in the Dawn newspaper. Universal Mother Organization UMO has demanded the government to look after the treatment of students who received grievous injury by tear gas shellings, mock bombs, live rounds, etc. from security forces during the protest demanding justice for the merciless killing of 2 Meitei students by Kuki terrorists. UMO also said the security advisor Kuldip Singh must bear the responsibility of any consequences due to the crisis. Addressing media persons at their office at Lamphel today, President of the organization, Moirangthem Sorojini, said, young students cannot bear the pen after seeing the viral images of 2 Meitei students murdered by Kuki militants. She asserted that the mothers of the Manipur will not remain a mute spectator when the students carrying out pre-protest march demanding justice are attacked by tear gas, ceiling, mock bombs, etc. Sorojini demanded the Rapid Action Force to leave the Manipur swell within 10 days. On the other hand, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been harping about Beti Bachao, Beti Parao across the globe. Sorojini asked, what kind of law or act is it when students are being fired upon? Stating that the inhuman acts on the students are of terrorists, she also warned the state force to not send an invitation for a war.
Net thingubana maramokana net hangpai tanjada virus chalapana maramokana kham bangamdraba adugumba paja miyam amri chhatra chhatrini thamoida phawrakpa kham bangamgidaba asekana thon bano hairadi Mr. 𝐶𝐈𝐒 na thoaliba thogdo asigi matangdani mana thon bani mana daita ponmang pugadawne Madamdi Karina has a tongue Tarukta Tokiba Dugumba, CBI the Sinare Hairaga, CBI Nangasiva, Lokatana Unkari, told the Nam Chilaga Tamamba, I but say, like the Simahana Lokom to E, I was Mr. Could Singhana Lokom to E, I was Haini. How given a Nini, Asida, poor Eva Satra Mahiro Singi, Togo, a say, Hangbangam, the Tumnatagis, Adugumba Satra, Ani Harpadugi Asumba, YN Bichar, Putopio Haidana, Minister Bangroda, Pitin, Chatpa Satra Simbo. Tamthina Mapandila, Horsing a Puba Jaiva, Amadi Otpa Neighbor, Nipa Singapore Satris in the Puba, Amadi Estate Portion a shoe, Satra Satris in the Kotava had the say, Mama or business young Bangam de, Ubasungam de, Kangbasungam de.
Manipur Students' Union Phagwara organized a silent candle vigil and prayer last evening along with Manipuri students and residents of Jalandhar, Phagwara in protest against the brutal murder of two Meitei students, 𝐿inthoi𝐿 and 𝐻𝐸𝐻. Various slogans were chanted on the occasion demanding justice. A 2-minute silence was also observed in respect to the departed souls. The 1996-97 Class 12 batch of Tampashna Girl Higher Secondary School WhatsApp groups has strongly condemned the brutal murder of two Meitei students by Kuki terrorists. Member of the group 𝐶𝐈𝐒 also vehemently condemned the atrocities carried out by security forces upon protesting students and demanded justice at the earliest. 𝐶𝐈𝐒 also appealed to the relevant authorities to find the whereabouts of Toism Samorendra, who is also the husband of member of the WhatsApp group, Toism Kabita, who went missing since May 6 this year from Shanghai Thel.
May 3rd, 2023 dagi hawrakiba lan asigi matungina July 6 ta gi thiba khangaptana leirakiba mahero ani hijam 𝐿uwangbi 𝐿inthoi𝐿 amasung hijam 𝐻𝐸𝐻 ki viral photo sing adu leikhidre haiba confirm tawre masi akoi yamna thamoi sekna nuaijade akoi 96-97 TG higher secondary batch ki class 12 ki kambuna minungsi yaudan hatu pihraba angang isa ani gi misi asi thamoi sokna nungai taba phungdok chari luinana imung manungi awaba dasu sarup yachari misi asi bu yaning daba phungdok chaba oina satra satri singa ngarang nahan lambi da thoptana mokoina kulai su paijadana isam samda protest tawjabada security personnel singna khut thabiba tear gas na simba sizinaba ase yamna haningai ledana khoi nungai taba phungdok chari masi matungda amuk hanna tawbidana ba haijari amuk hanna thoptana ba so khoina haijari loina na me Tarutagi thiba khangdana leirakiba atom somendro ekhoigi batch ki itaroi kabita gi mapuroi bani magi su athuba matamda langla lanji puthopinaba hingakta khoina haijari.
In order to reduce plastic wastage in the premises of the institute, the authority of RIMS, Imphal, has decided to ban the use of plastic water bottles below 5 liters capacity and use of plastic carry bags on RIMS campus and wards with effect from October 1st. A press release from the institute said, plastic bottles and bags wastage being disposed of in inappropriate places within the campus have been a matter of great concern, thereby leading to clogging of drainage system and further flooding the premises and other hazardous consequences to the environment. The RIMS authority has requested the staff, students, patients and general public to carry reusable water bottles from their homes. Further, all stores, canteens and pharmacies within the institute's premises are to discontinue selling of water bottles except 5 liters and above and use of plastic carry bags for any purpose. Drinking water RO stations are being installed in the RIMS. Imphal campus, the RIMS authority seeks general public cooperation in making RIMS Imphal campus a plastic-free zone. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar met his U.S. counterpart, Antony Blinken, in Washington yesterday and discussed a full range of issues. But there was no mention of the row over Canada's allegations that India was involved in the killing of a Khalistani terrorist. Hardeep Singh Nijjar, designated a terrorist by India in 2020, was shot dead outside a Gurudwara in Surrey, British Columbia on June 18. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has repeatedly raised allegations that Indian government agents were linked to the killing, but has offered no evidence till now. India has rejected Canada's allegation as absurd and motivated. Mr. Jaishankar has assured Canada that India is open to looking at it if provided with something specific and relevant. The India-Canada standoff over Nijjar's killing was not mentioned in the U.S. State Department's readouts of the talk between Mr. Jaishankar and Mr. Blinken on Thursday. The issues they discussed included key outcomes of India's G20 presidency, creation of India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, the U.S. Department of State said. The Secretary and External Affairs Minister also emphasized the continued importance of cooperation ahead of the upcoming 2+2 dialogue, in particular in the areas of defense, space and clean energy, said State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller. The Karnataka Bandh, called by the Kannada Okkuta to oppose the release of water to Tamil Nadu, received a good response in Bengaluru and other southern parts of the state today, disrupting normal life. Authorities has claimed prohibitory orders under Section 144 of the Criminal Procedure Code in Bengaluru Urban, Mandya, Mysuru, Chamarajanagar, Ramanagara, and Hassan district and declared a holiday for schools and colleges. Kannada Okkuta is an umbrella organization of Kannada and farmers' outfits. A Bengaluru Bandh was observed for the same region on Tuesday. Most of the shops, business establishments and eateries in Kalvera Basin district, such as Mandya in the southern part of the state, donned their shutters. Private vehicles were off the roads in those areas. Several members of pro-Kannada organizations protesting over the Kalveri water issue have been detained in parts of Bengaluru by the city police. Additional SP of Bengaluru Rural District said, "We have made proper arrangement as a bandh has been called by several pro-Kannada organizations. More than 50 people from the organization have been taken into custody. We have sufficient staff and we will make sure nothing goes wrong." The state-owned Transport Corporation operated very few buses in the southern districts, fearing a backlash. The bandh evoked a mixed response in other regions of the state. Protesters set fire to a portrait of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin in the district headquarters town of Chitradurga. The Kannada film industry has extended support to the bandh. Theatres across the state have cancelled shows till evening, with the Karnataka Film Exhibitors Association backing the bandh. Most of the information technology companies and other firms in Bengaluru have urged their employees to work from home. Key market areas in Bengaluru such as Chippet, Balipet and adjoining business area wore a deserted look. The Auto Rickshaw Drivers Union and Ola Uber Drivers and Owners Associations have also extended their supports to the bandh. As many as 44 flights scheduled to take off and land at Kempegowda International Airport in Bengaluru today have been cancelled. A total of 22 flights coming to Bengaluru and 22 departure flights have been cancelled. While airport authorities have said cancellations happened due to the operational reasons and passengers were intimated within the time. However, sources said that the cancellation happened due to the effect of Karnataka bandh, as many passengers had cancelled their tickets. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said that Canada is still committed to building closer ties with India despite credible allegations of the Indian government's involvement in the killing of the Khalistani terrorist Hardik Singh Nijjar, Canada-based National Post reported. Pointing to the increasing influence of India worldwide, Trudeau said that it is extremely important that Canada and its allies continue to engage with India. Speaking at a press conference in Montreal yesterday, Trudeau said that he thinks it is extremely important that Canada and its allies continue to engage constructively and seriously with India given its growing importance on the world stage. India is a growing economic power and important geopolitical player. And as we presented with our Indo-Pacific strategy just last year, we are very serious about building closer ties with India, he told reporters. At the same time, obviously, as a rule of law country, we need to emphasize that India needs to work with Canada to ensure that we get the full facts of this matter. National Post quoted Trudeau as saying. Trudeau said he got assurances from the US that Secretary of State Antony Blinken would be raising the allegations made publicly about India's role in Nijjar's murder during a meeting with his Indian counterpart S. Jaishankar in Washington, D.C. on Thursday. The Americans have been with us in speaking to the Indian government about how important it is that they be involved in following up on the credible allegations that agents of the Indian government killed a Canadian citizen on the Canadian soil. National Post quoted Trudeau as saying, "This is something that all democratic countries, all countries that respect the rule of law needs to take seriously. We are moving forward in a thoughtful, responsible way, anchored in the rule of law with all of our partners, including in our approach to the government of India," he added. Trudeau told the Canadian House of Commons on September 18 that Canadian security agencies had been actively pursuing credible allegations of a potential link between agents of the government of India and the killing of Nijjar. And in news from Asian Games, Indian shooters gave another power-packed performance here, clinching a gold medal in men's 50m rifle 3-position team event with a world record score, while the Isa Singh-led women's 10m air pistol trio bagged a silver at the Asian Games today. India's dream run in the shooting arena at the Continental Showpiece has so far-fetched from a record 15 medals, 5 of them gold, and the success story will likely continue over the next couple of days as well. The men's 50m rifle 3-position team, comprising the young trio of Aishwarya Pratap Singh, Tomar 591, Swapnil Kusel 591, and Akhil Sioran 587, overcame the Chinese challenge with ease with a world record score of 1769 to take the top podium finish, while the hosts were a clear 6 points adrift with 1763 points. South Korea was a distant third with 1748 points. The men's trio smashed the world records by a whopping 8 points. Aishwarya and Swapnil shot superbly to make the individual finals as well and are placed first and second after the qualification round, something never ever seen before in a sport dominated by Chinese at the Asian level. The third Indian in the competition, Akhil, despite finishing 5th with 587 in qualification, will miss out on the 8-team finals as only 2 shooters per country are allowed in the individual medal round. Swapnil, one of the medal prospects at next year's Olympic Games in Paris, was firing on all cylinders, shooting down the qualification Asian and Asian Games records on way to a superb 591. Before we end, let's take a quick look at the headlines once again. As government fails to deliver bodies of 2 innocent teenagers, JSC set to launch intense stir. Tributes offered to marchers of Anglo-Manipur War 1891 at Khumujam. Forefathers sacrificed lives to protect motherland. Present-day leaders can't even part with their chairs, say former Minister M. Hemanta. And twin blast rocked Pakistan during Friday prayers. More than 50 people killed. And that is all we have for now. But for more news update, keep watching Northeast Window.